I play for Jesus.
Alright, what's up guys? I'm back. I told you this day was coming and I'm super excited. This is the day where we're meeting with the Olympic gold medalist. Her name is Nicole Hensley. She was goalie for the U.S. Olympics team, women's team in 2018, who won the gold against Canada. And we're going to the park in a few minutes, but before we go, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, share, do everything that's good, and we'll see you at the park. Here we go.
Cool. So what's our plan? Psalm 144:1. Praise be to the Lord my rock, who trains my hands for war and my fingers for battle.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am from Lakewood, Colorado. Grew up here for almost my whole life, and I played college hockey at Lindenwood University, and I graduated in 2016. And then after that, I was fortunate enough to make the U.S. women's national team for a couple different tournaments, and so I was lucky enough to be on the Olympic team this past February of 2018, and it was really the experience of a lifetime.
So when did you start playing hockey?
I started playing hockey when I was in 3rd grade. My friend across the street actually was playing roller hockey out in the street every day. And one day he was just like, hey, do you want to come play? And I was like, yeah, sure. And so we play outside all the time. And then, finally his dad came over to my parents and was like, you should really let her try for real. You should let her try it on the ice. And they were kind of like, okay, cool. And they let me try it, and I kind of went from there, and I just kind of fell in love with it.
So who has been a role model in your life?
I think one of my biggest role models growing up was, two of them actually, Joe Sakic and Patrick Waugh. Joe Sakic was, the captain of the Colorado Avalanche the whole time he played, or pretty much the whole time he played, and he was always such a good role model for the community and for young hockey players to look up to, and so he was always one of my favorites. And then Patrick Waugh as well was arguably the best goaltender in the world, and so to be lucky enough to have him in Colorado to look up to and learn from was really special.
And if you have any advice you could give your 14-year-old self, what would it be?
I would say, don't let anybody tell you no. I think, we go through a lot of hardships in life, and the same thing is true in sports. There's going to be good games and bad games, and good goals and bad goals. So I think it's important to believe in yourself and to give 110% every time you're on the ice, and don't give up because somebody else told you that you're not good enough. It's all in your own head, so it's all up to you.
So what was it like being in the Olympics?
Being in the Olympics was nothing short of a dream come true. So that's kind of been a dream of mine since I was a kid, but it didn't exactly become a goal until I was a junior or senior in college. So it's something you like I watched every 4 years. I watched the women play in the Olympics, and to actually now be the person there was it gives me chills to just think about it. And the first real moment that you felt like you were at the Olympics was opening ceremonies. So they give you your outfit for that, and you get all dressed up, and then they put you in this giant tent just outside the Olympic Stadium, and so you're just in this tent with every single Olympian there. U.S., Italy, Japan, Germany, everyone is in there, and so it's just a sea of athletes, which was super cool. And so we're in there, and our whole team's looking around like, oh my gosh, there's Lindsey Vonn and there's Shaun White. And so to think about those people that I've watched in the past 2 or 3 Olympics, and now we're on the same team, that was really cool to think about. We're at the same level, we're competing for the same country. So that was a really awesome experience to kind of go through as a team, and to be at the Olympics. And so that's something I'll never forget. And just to be there and be part of Team USA is a huge honor, and it was so humbling to be surrounded by so many amazing athletes.
What role does your faith play in your life?
I think my faith when I was in college almost saved me from hockey, because my junior and senior year I was mostly my junior year, I guess, I wasn't playing very well. And, it would be like me sitting there, like, thinking about a game we had lost or a goal I'd let in for, like, days. And so it was just like, this would have happened on Saturday, and now it's like Monday or Tuesday, and I'm still, like, worried about what happened in that game, right? So that was just kind of something that, like, I was so wrapped up in hockey that I was putting my worth in, the bad goals I let in, or how many saves I did make, or did we win or did we lose, and that's where I was kind of placing my worth. And the king of the universe doesn't really care if you won or lost. He could care less how many games you win or how many games you lose. It's how did you compete? Did you honor him by putting forth all of your effort? Did you honor him by being a good teammate, picking somebody up when they were down, or saying, it's okay, we'll get him next time, and what kind of opponent were you? Were you out there, talking trash, or tripping other players and playing dirty, or were you trying to win in a clean way? And so I think, those are the more important things. Is at the end of the day, it's more about the kind of person you're trying to be and the way you're representing Jesus Christ to others. You never know what you say or what you do that could have an impact on somebody else's life. You never know, like they say, like you could be the gospel to somebody. You could be the example that they need to turn their life around. And so, I think that's the more noble thing going on here is how you're competing, not if you win or lose.
You said when you're goalie, you think about how you should have saved that one goal or whatever. I mean, lots of people don't understand. They think it'd be like, oh, I let in a goal. Oh well, hopefully I'll do better next time.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's really hard, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely is. I think goalie's such a unique position that it's a team sport, but you're kind of by yourself back there. What you do is so much different than what the rest of the team does. And the same thing in field hockey or lacrosse or soccer, you're kind of your lone position in a team sport. And so, I've heard people say, when a goalie gets scored on, the red light goes off, right? Like behind the net. So how would you like it if every time you screwed up at work, we put a big red light and sirens that went off every time you screwed up? And so you are kind of like that center, like the center of attention, and when you win, you get a lot more credit than you deserve, and when you lose, you get probably more of the blame than you should get, right?
If you went to an island and you could only bring 3 things with you, what would you bring?
I would bring my Bible. Gonna need some reading out there if you're by yourself, I'd bring pizza because you gotta eat. It'd be an endless supply of pizza, pepperoni pizza. And then probably a swimsuit, because if you're on an island, there's a beach, right? So we're gonna go hang out on the beach for the day.
So I have one more question for you, and this one is gonna involve some thinking.
Okay.
So, if you punch yourself and it hurts, are you weak or are you strong?
Oh, wow. Okay. I think if you can walk away after the punch, even though it hurts, then you're double strong.
All right. So I see you got your gold medal here. Can we see it?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's cool. Is it heavy?
It's pretty heavy actually. It weighs 1.5 pounds, and they're the heaviest gold medals ever.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it okay if I hold it?
Absolutely.
Oh wow, this is pretty heavy. Is it real?
As far as I know, when I bit it, it left a couple dents in there.
So, I'm gonna go take some hockey shots on you, and if I score, do I get to keep the medal?
I don't know, you might have to discuss that further.
I think it's fair.
We'll see.
So here's the game. We're gonna get 3 shots. First, I'm gonna shoot 3 on her, and she'll shoot 3 on me. Best out of 3 wins. And I'm a little worried because I'm kind of bad at skating, but we'll see what happens.
He's got nothing.
Oh.
Alright, here we go, That was so close. Woo! GoPro.
But we don't care no more, 'cause we know life is short. We don't care who uses us now. Breathe it in and let it out.
Oh, big save. Good stick. That's some hand-eye coordinating.
Breathe it in and let it out. Yeah, come on, let it out. I know how it feels to lose hope. I want it in. Well, come on, let it out. Take a breath and let it out.
Those are hard shots right there.
The day we were born, we're scarred and torn. We've been scared to sing out loud. Let it out.
I thought you were gonna shoot on the other side. Big save, big save.
She's terrible. It's just because, you know, I can't see through this thing. You know? Yeah, I'm way better goalie than her.
Okay, here we go.
Last one.
I got your hand.
Up for the presentation.
Now for the silver. Congratulations. Great job out there. Alright, and finally the big one. Way up here for this. Jonas, congratulations. Great work. Woo! Woo! One and one here.
No.